Happy birthday!
Surprise!
I just said how the dining room was a wreck. Clean that. Oh my God, I really wanted homemade food too. I think we turn the lights back on.
We're not going to order pizza.
We're always people doing this.
Sorry, dude.
Hi, Mickey, surprise!
I'm glad to see you all, and if I have to sacrifice and become 60, okay.
Reaches out to others when few others will. Hard worker, works long hours, artistic, not autistic. Has a good memory. Notices things others miss. Honest. Whole body oriented. Concerned about unseen side effects of food and medicine. Medically well versed. Speaks fluently. Persuasive. Passionate.
She does speak fluent.
Understands nuance and subtlety.
Fluent English. Here.
Dresses elegantly, especially that sweater.
This sweater, yeah. Yeah, really classy.
Has an attitude of gratitude. Wants quality. Concerned for the environment. Promotes recycling. Sacrifices herself for others. Supportive of others. Helpful. Kind, able to multitask, fearless in a crowd, speaks up in a crowd, speaks to strangers easily, good judge of character, holy,
You would say that.
a whole person, holistically oriented in physical therapy, well-rounded in scope of thought, knowledgeable in many subjects, a capable hands-on boss, willing to lose an employee for their long-term well-being. In other words, she trains an employee for their own benefit over the sole needs of the company. Generous, intuitive, grasps situations long before others. Sensitive to others' needs, has a good business sense, able to see business needs, able to see potential business leads, understands people marketing, pays attention to details, understands the value.
Under 3 minutes, babe.
I've just about used up all the adjectives.
Is she looking for a job or something?
I know. Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every single way.
I'll hire her.
Hired.
And I'll skip the rest. There's only a few more, but
No, go ahead.
a few more. Okay. Pays attention to details. Understands the value of a good appearance both in a person and in an environment.
Especially this sweater.
Likes a preventive approach to health, to nutrition, to physical maintenance. Friendly, easy to talk to. Sincerely interested in other people. I've kind of said that before. People are her hobby. Kind, generous, frugal, conscious, empathetic, sympathetic, and wants only the best for others. And to illustrate these, I've got 3 little vignettes of Kathy.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so sorry.
The first one is when we were in Honduras, miles away from a hospital, and this one guy who is the brother of the leader is actually kind of a big secret agent for the government. He's kind of a big guy, and he was playing with the little kids and slipped and fell and dislocated his hip. And Kathy jumped right in, and one of the nurses helped by giving him a little injection, and Kathy relocated his hip. On the bus on the way back, we were talking to an anesthesiologist and a surgeon, and they were just saying, you know, that's impossible. You can't do that except in an emergency room or in an OR. And Kathy had just jumped in and just done it and used all of her knowledge, and she did a great service for him. And then Kathy gave the commencement address to St. Louis University's master level physical therapy group, and she just nailed it. It was awesome. It had me in tears.
Wow. When was that? And how come I didn't know?
Yeah, it was a
Just
few
years
years ago.
back.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then
I wasn't there either.
a couple of weeks ago, Kathy and I were in Deerberg and we were checking out,
you name
and
drop.
this checker was kind of a tall young man, and Kathy says, "How you doing?" And he said, "Okay." And she said, "Well, if you didn't have to say okay, what would you say?" And he said, "My knees are killing me." So she says, "Well, pull in your belly button and squeeze your cheeks like you're trying not to fart." And the guy looked at her, and I said, "No, it's really okay. She's a physical therapist. She knows what she's doing." So the guy paused for a second, and then he went, "Wow, that makes a huge difference. You may have just saved my life."
But you still owe us $235.
He's a cashier.
I violated my no compete, but I didn't go.
So Kathy talks to total strangers. Kathy heals total strangers.
I witnessed that this morning at the store when we were shopping.
Yeah.
Total stranger. She took her in the back room and healed her.
Amazing. So,
Thank you, everybody.
Come on. You got to say something.
Well, no person accomplishes anything by themselves. So everybody in the room is part of who makes me who I am, and I appreciate you and love you, and I really appreciate it. Holy cow, it's like enough.
Will you buy a new sweater?
I really like this sweater. Don't you like this? You need to retire that sweater.
Just getting comfy.
Just getting
If you were a preschool teacher, I would say that's perfect.
can't have everything. Huh?
I like it.
I like it. It was from Northern Reflections, and it's another business that didn't make it, which makes my heart, sensitive for them. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, like, thanks.
I just like to add that you're so trusting that you're the most gullible person I've ever met.
Yes, he is really totally made that a reality. Yeah, we've really had some awesome opportunities. It was just so cool to see that video and remember some of the things. And I'll tell you about the Haiti thing. And sometimes you just can't explain why you're where you are. But I had this opportunity to go down there at 6 weeks after the earthquake. Yeah, not the hurricane. That was. But there was this guy, and it's like energy work and stuff is intriguing to me. And Maria and Barb know that. They've kind of been on that journey with me, and Bob too. But I was doing this technique that would be difficult to explain in a evidence-based way. And this man said to the translator how excited he was that he could feel his hand for the first time in 6 weeks. Wow. And it was like this polarity technique of energy. And, like I said, it would be very difficult to document that. But, I mean, when you have moments like that, and I am very blessed to have patients who share things like that with me, and, you just know you're where you need to be sometimes. Yeah. So it's just kind of cool.
Mike?
I got one more thing. I wrote a little poem for Kathy I'd like to share.
Oh, how cool. No guitar?
No guitar. We spared that.
Also a gift.
That was awesome.
Well, I don't think so.
Bob and I have been friends for half a century, and went to high school together. And
Bob was actually on Mike and Mickey's first date.
Actually, he drove.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have had a first date.
Yeah, that's right. Bob was our driver, and so anyway, when he finally stopped climbing Kilimanjaro and all the crazy stuff that he was doing, it was time to settle down. Started thinking who would be a good partner for him.
You did.
And I said, got this idea for a great girl for you. So.
Dynamite is what
Literally,
you said.
Dynamite.
I've got a dynamite girl.
Dynamite girl for you.
And then he turned him down and met Kathy, huh?
Woo, snap! So this poem is kind of in that vein. It's called "Someone Like Kathy." When I thought about a girl for my best friend Bob, I knew no ordinary woman could be up for the job. She would need to have beauty and patience and grace, and good humor to boot to put a smile on his face. She would need to be gentle and a woman with real class, yet still want to deliver a timely kick to the ass. I knew Bob would need a woman with nerves of pure steel to follow his madcap adventures over planes, boats, and automobiles. She must have the same heart for the oppressed and the poor who suffer in our land and across foreign shores. She would need to bear children with prayer, and with grit, and wonder how the hell they all came out looking like Schmidts. She would need to be a hot chick who would make him say, wow, and live on a ranch while he was out herding cows. I knew no ordinary woman could do all of this, except his midlife crises and no fears of risk. I knew he'd need someone to give him a love that was true. I knew Bob needed someone, Kathy, someone like you.
So I get a copy of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Signed copy.
You get a video of
Signed
that.
copy.
One time use.
One time use.
Wow.
Wow.
Anybody else want to?
Oh, yeah, really. Do not.
Tomorrow everything goes back to normal.
That's right.
Well, I had something to share about. Bob had said, you know, if we wanted to share one of our favorite things about Kathy, we could. And I always share the same thing. There's not a lot of people that you can that will hammer things through with you. But one time at Christian Family Camp, Kathy and I had a disagreement. I don't even remember what it was about, but we went off and talked for several hours because Kathy's the kind of person that will work it out with you. It doesn't matter what's happened. She will stay in it, and she'll keep working until it's resolved. And I so appreciate that about Kathy. I've actually never met anybody like that, including my husband. So
I'll go 4 hours.
I was just teasing. Thank you, Kathy.
Because you're the same kind of
It's
person.
beautiful.
Well, just want to say that Kathy, you're not defined by your occupation or what you do or the job that you've done over the years. I think people are defined by the lives you've touched and people that you've picked up along the way. And you look around this room and you see all the people who care for you and who have been in your lives and people that you've touched. And you get us out of our comfort zone at times when we're not really ready to stretch ourselves that far, as we have in our group. Sometimes I think that's a great gift. And I think if you're going to define yourself by the people and the lives that you touch, then look around because you've done an exceptional job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To that, I would add there's people who aren't here who send their wishes and love, and they know that they're very lucky to know you and have you in their life. They all send kisses and hugs. Little people. And big people.
Big hearts.
There's one thing in many things, Charlie.
You know, kind of up and down with your clinic. And I knew that they were looking for another therapist in the St. Charles area. I went to the VP and I said, there is a therapist that you need to go see. She's excellent, she's smart, and she'll do wonders for this company. And I'm really glad you took the opportunity to join the company because you're an awesome therapist as well as, we all know, a good person.
Superpower. Everybody hold your belly in.
Appreciate the good word.
Try not to fart.
It's a metaphor.
It works on so many levels.
So my kids have always.
It's working right now.
So if everybody tried to do it, it would benefit you. But my kids are always like, "How do you know how to not fart?" And I'm like, "Well, how do you know I don't know?"
It says I didn't just.
Besides
Kathy,
that,
our daughter says that's when you know you're comfortable around the guy you might marry.
Yeah.
You fart in front of him.
I'm really comfortable in front of me.
well, you can't keep your pelvic floor contracted all the time. We do have a funny story about immortal souls. When Ben was in the military, he was thinking about maybe doing some special ops things. And he's like, but you wouldn't really like that. And I said, well, you know what? If you can live with that, what you would have to do, think about your soul, think about this and that. So it's your life. It's your life to spend. And so immediately the conversation switched to, pepperoni pizza. And how that'll affect my immortal soul. And I think I want burgers. How will that affect my moral soul? And I was really thinking to myself, I think they really got that one. So that's gonna be
You can't have a view if you don't have the ability to laugh at it.
right.
Sorry, Mom.
So it comes
That's
up once in a while.
totally
Oh,
fine.
how is this going to impact my immortal soul? So you got to figure at least they're thinking about it. Anyway.
And they're in their side of the Kathy Schmidt. Very serious.
Inside we're like, man, that really touched me. We should probably make a joke.
Don't let her know you
Don't
really
cry.
got it. Just know you're letting
This is a
it slip out
mechanism.
there.
Humor is definitely the thing.
I have to say though, that's one of the things that I've always admired about your family and been envious is your ability to laugh together. It's just like,
We owe it all to John.
We kind of do.
Started laughing at him and then.
It's sort of true. Ben started laughing at John. It's a really great delivery.
that is the truth.
He has humor for everybody.
He like,
And you humored everyone for many, many years.
Yeah.
And we heard some future greats, including Carly Lamb. She's got it.
Jeff and Cindy for traveling from Kansas City. Ben for traveling from Duluth.
How long do you get to stay?
Pomeroy's for traveling from Texarkana.
The far western.
Everyone for coming.
So, anybody want to play Farkle? I knew Anna would love that.
We've got enough sets.
We do. I have all
And
kinds
for
of
your future entertainment, there's a selfie station set up in the front living room where there's
Goofy hats and-
different hats and things, and there's a background. So
What a ride!
have
So, B. Berman was one of the best photos I've taken in a long time.
It really was.